Right, you join us for part 2 of the V8 exhaust fitting on the Stig. That's not the Stig, the Stig's out there somewhere. Right, so we've got the original exhaust on top here, and we've got the V8 exhaust, and we've got the brackets. I'll go and grab those. I've got those upstairs because we've got this extra mount point. So we've got 2 mounting points aside, so 4 rubber mounts support the V8 exhaust, but it's only 1 mount per side for the standard. Now bear in mind that this is a petrol P300. A lot of you guys are going to have diesels and other stuff, but the same logic's going to apply. The mounting points are already there on the subframe on the Defender for us to bolt the brackets to. Right, but what we're really interested in is where we cut this. So we've got to cut the exhaust in the right place so that we'll keep our original front part. We've now got a Y piece. We'll then go for a Y and onto this. So we'll get cutting, and we'll get some cutting and grinding done. You don't want to watch us do that. And then we'll come and join you and show you where we're up to. Right, we've got it all set up. Done the old trick of putting a bit of tape around the joint here so that we know as long as we follow this, when we get round the other side, it's going to match back up. And then we're hoping this will fit over. And we'll probably slit this and put a clamp around it. But we've got plenty to go inside. Would it go inside a bit further? That'll be all right, Tyler, won't it? Yeah, that's sufficient overlap. And then we can get on. And what we've done is, to get it, we've put the 2 exhausts lined up there with the little rear mounts. So as long as those 2 mounts are at the same place, we know they're going to be the same. Right, one thing we've done, you'll notice we've got the axle stand under us. So as we cut, we're making sure it's not going to trap the blade. So as we cut through, it should open up, and then we'll turn it over.
Ready?
We're ready. Look, Richard, Tyler's got his earmuffs on. Right, there we go. So we're all cut. Right, get your Y piece. Where's the Y piece, Ty? Let's have a look. Are we in luck? Is all the luck with us? Now we don't want it on that side, do we? But yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, it should be the same.
Should be the same.
It's very dirty.
So we'll give it a clean. Let's give it a clean up. Right, so we're just going to use the flappy wheel. Let's just have a look at that, Tyler. So this is one of these sort of abrasive wheels. It's not as aggressive as a grinding disc, but it's pretty gritty, isn't it? So we're just going to clean up. We've just done the other side, the muddy side, and you can see it's cleaned. If I point the camera, where's the camera gone there? Let's clean that up nice. So Tyler's going to do a bit on that other side. Okay, I'll keep it steady for you. Right, so we've got this, we've put some slits up it, we've cleaned it, we've got it there ready, we've got it roughly lined up. It's almost identical. We've got protected the base, so I don't want to damage the... I'll try and give it a tap on. I don't think it's going to go in there, is it, Tyler? So we'll have to weld that into place, I think.
It's not bad.
It's not. We can detach the exhaust down here at the bottom. We've got that clamp.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if it's all one piece, it's less likely to come apart when we're off-roading, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll go with that, but at least that's got it lined up. Right, we need to be careful because the V8 manifold finishes at a different place to the P300 manifold, you can see. But the mounts on the cars are in the same place, so we need to make sure this support and this support are lined up. So if I've got that and we've got our Y piece on, now we're not sure how we're going to join it. If we're going to just literally butt these 2 pipes up, we need to cut it here. But we think this is the same size. But we can see here, this is swaged out slightly here. So we do have the option of possibly cutting it here so that at least we get some overlap and then we can weld here, which we're considering. But so we're going to actually cut it here first and see what it looks like, offer the 2 pipes up against each other. But we've got this part marked so that we know the exact length they've got to be. So that's the plan. Right, let's get on. Right, so we cut the little extension off the Y piece because this end bit was wider. And Tyler's learnt a new tool today, haven't you, Tyler? Where's our new tool gone? The die grinder. and smoothed all the inside of here. There was some weld from the original manufacturer of this Y piece. She's got all that nice, and now this bit slips over this bit. We've got it exactly sorted. Now we have to put this wedge in because we just didn't get it, but there's enough spring in that, and then that is going to go exactly. Look at that one on first time. Wedge it a little bit more. Give it a little bit of that. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's precision engineering right there. So we will get that straight and square. Actually, we'll put it down on the floor. We'll get it all in line, and then we'll put a couple of tacks on that. And then we got the system done. Then we just need to cut our holes in the silencer, don't we, Tyler?
Yeah.
Right, we're looking good. We're looking good. Right, so we're all in. We're not looking too bad at all. So we're going to weld this up. Just have a quick look here. So we forgot to turn the gas on, but I thought I was just showing Tyler. So that bottom weld is a weld if you don't use gas. It's very sort of porous and holy and not good at all. And that's the same settings, the welder with gas. So yeah, gas is good. It's argon shield, so it's a mix of carbon dioxide and argon, which is an inert gas which stops oxidization, has the heat and the things there. So it just creates a little, it's outside, welding outside, the wind can blow your inert gases away. But so we are going to weld this up. We've still got to cut the back, but we're having a nice day. Well, let's crack on. Lock the gear. So here we are. We are all welded into one piece. We've test fitted it on the car, just hung it up there, and it looks all right, doesn't it, Tyler? Tyler's had a go at his welding. His welding's pretty good, actually. You happy with that, Tyler?
Might be your bit, but I'll claim it. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, he's happy. Right. So we've got a little bit more to finish off at the front there, and we've got to put this cover back on. What I've done is I've just done a few little Simon modifications. Why not? You know what I'm like. So the flow into the centre pipes was a little bit restricted. It was only coming out of those little holes here when the flap was closed. So I've added a few more here so that air can come through here and it can come this way into the chamber, into the exit pipes, the centre exit pipes. I've added a few round here just to try and balance the flow between the two. Now, bear in mind, we are not trying to temper 5 litres of V8 power here. The job this has to do is fairly easy. We've got a 2 litre turbocharged. There's not going to be a whole lot of noise. So I think we'll be okay. Now, any exhaust is a compromise between noise and performance and flow and temperature and weight and cosmetic looks. So I think there is room for you to tweak and change as you like. Right, but we're quite happy with that now. So we're going to get the welder back out and weld in this top cover. So we'll start by just tacking it in. We'll tack that in. That doesn't look too bad, does it? If I tack the bits that meet, then I can push that with a hammer, and then we'll all be good. We'll get all the wadding in. I think we're nearly there. Right, so we're all welded up. Now, one thing. So this is stainless steel. This is stainless steel. The whole lot is stainless steel. Well, there were some steel bits I think we found, and we've welded in a stainless steel wide piece, but our MIG welder hasn't got stainless steel wire in it. It's only got mild steel wire. So I've put a bit of primer over our deluxe welding. Shh, don't look too closely. Just to prevent that from going rusty. Really, we should have put some stainless wire in the MIG. But for what we need it for, it will be fine. Right, and then what we've done is we've got it, and then we were thinking, you can sort of see, it's upside down at the moment, the exhaust, but you can see this rear bit from the back of the, so I thought I'd give it a clean. And as is sort of not uncommon with me, I got distracted and I'm thinking, if I'm just gonna, and I started off with a bit of wire wool, and that was doing all right, wasn't it, Tyler?
Yeah.
A bit of wire wool, just give it a buff up and just get rid of some of that dirt. But then I got a bit carried away, and I've got the die grinder. It's our tool for this job, isn't it, Tyler? And we've put the cotton thing on it. We've put some abrasive compound, and we've sort of polished it up. Now, we're not really into big bling on the Defender. It's not our mission, is it, Tyler?
No.
Our mission's to have fun and go where we like. But Land Rover reviews premium materials to make this exhaust. It's a stainless steel So we thought, well, it'll be easier to clean off if we get a nice low friction surface and get it clean. So I've done that half, Tyler's going to do the other half now, I'll go and have a cup of tea. But you can see it's all right, isn't it? Fitting kits, waffling on again, no one's bothered. But if you've got a V8 and your exhaust looks a bit shabby, you can get under there and give it a polish. Weekend job. Right, so we have got those extra mounts we looked at earlier in the video, and these are what the extra mounts are. Now I've coloured this pin in orange because they're left and right handed. And Land Rover, not only have they used, I'm loving Land Rover in this video, not only have they used premium materials to make the exhaust out of and the brackets, they put this little ingenious pin in. Now this pin is so that you can't get them on the wrong way. So you will need these two brackets. We'll put these on our website, but you can get these from Land Rover. You will need two suspension rubbers, grey in colour, and you will need 4 M8 by 20 bolts. Right, let's go and have a look underneath. Right, come under here and join us under here. So these are the areas where we are going to mount these brackets. So these appear to be here on all cars. If they're here on my bottom of the range Model S 2 litre petrol, I'm sure they're going to be on your car. Now I've sort of gone around the outline, and can you see it's got this little sort of rat bite out of it here? Well, that rat bite is a foolproof design because it can only go on that way. You can't put this one on that side or do anything because the pin's at the bottom. So if you go to put it on that side, it's just not going to happen because the peg's not going to lie flat. So it's an ingenious bit of foolproof design by Land Rover. So that's what we need to do. We need to get those in there and then get those. The threads may be a bit dirty because they haven't been used, but they have captive nuts welded in. So it's like the stick was made V8 ready. We love that, don't we?
Born to be.
Born to be. Someone said, Simon, take that engine out. It's wasted in that L494. Take that V8 out and put it in here. I think that might be quite a big job. Right, so there you go. So there's your left bracket. There's your right bracket. Again, it's got a pin in there. Put that up there and we're away to go. So we'll get that done. We'll get the exhaust cleaned up and then we'll join you again. We'll slide the exhaust under here and then we'll get it bolted on. And then we're ready for the big reveal, aren't we, Tyler? Oh, we've got to show them our V8 flappage as well. Yeah. We'll do that later. Right, don't look too closely at the welding, but what we've rigged up is a little bar on here, and it's tight enough, we've got it right, and to control the flaps. So we can sort of manually control the flaps for now, and see how that works. And we could put a washer on here if we want to lock it open, and then tighten that down. So but first of all, we want to play and see what difference it makes, isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah.
So we'll just see where we want to lock it. But there we go. We've got a system for opening and closing the flaps anyway. Right, let's slide this underneath, Tyler. The Stig has an exhaust. We haven't started it up. We're going to share that moment with you guys. Right, so we've got it on. Looking flipping bonza. One thing I just noticed, Tyler hasn't seen this, but if you look inside that exhaust, Tyler, with your filming skills, these spring, can you see the butterfly valve in there? Yeah. Can you see me moving that? So they actually spring to the open position. So that's is that closed? Yeah. Yeah, that's open. So we'll just let them lie in the open position for the minute. But it's interesting to see that they spring without any motor on them. They default to the open position. Right, right. Can you have a look at how the clips work under here, Tyler? If you've got the angle on this one here. So that's all mounted in there. It's all secure. It's all mounted lovely. And look, you can see it all goes round the diff. Gosh, the camera's going, oh, what are you doing to me? There we go, you can see it all sits beautifully under there. Goes round the diff. We're happy. Right then, Tyler, you got the keys?
Yeah, they're in there.
They're in there, right, you go and start it. Oh, give me the camera. Now we got the storm of the century outside at the moment.
Show the fence.
So, yeah, look, my fence has blown over. Let me open the door to get some. My fence has just blown over. Whoa, it's getting, the storm is coming in, look. Whoa, that is nasty. Right, we'll leave that door open, Tyler, so we don't carbon. Right, I'm going to sit down here. If you start the car, Tyler, and then maybe move it forward a bit as well, because we're sort of... Now, when this car starts, it's got like a choke on it. It starts with quite a high... So we'll leave it a minute or two just to settle down, but let's have a look. Here we go. Move it forward a bit. Okay, right, give it a bit of a rev, Tyler. Give it. Oh, and again. Oh, I think we. Right, and how much have we got coming out of each pipe? Let's have a look. Yeah, so it looks like the most of it is coming out of the, but there is definitely a pulse there on that one. Yeah, you have a film, Tyler. I'll have a. Yeah, you'll need the mic. Let me give it a little.